I'm Marcus Powell, 36 years of age. I'm a musician. I have played in the bands Blacklistt and Blacklistt. My newest band is City of Souls. We're doing all right. I grew up in West Auckland. I was adopted into a Fijian family. I was really quite a confused sort of teen at Massey High, trying to fit into different places. So yeah, there was kind of like the Māori and Polynesian groups that would hang out here, and then there was the Caucasian kind of the surfy crowd, they would call it. It was quite different, and I would kind of weave in and out between both of them. I still wanted to be cool and accepted, and I wanted to be part of those groups. So another group that I hung out with, kind of introduced me to weed. I also had a girlfriend whose family kind of introduced me to a bit more harder stuff. And then hitting like my early 20s, when blind spots started to take off, the drugs became a bit more frequent, especially methamphetamine, which looking back was a really interesting time. Just a whole lot of hurt, hurting all my loved ones, hurting my friends, everyone around me, because it made me quite selfish. It was kind of just like, I'm going to do whatever I can to get this. I would manipulate others in order to kind of just get my own way, whichever path that would take me to get a hit or whatever, But my mum was kind of just like, always there for me and always just still loving me and still kind of supporting me. But I did, abuse that. I honestly feel like I was still trying to find or discover how to feel. As a young person, when I look back at it, I really struggled with expressing myself. I'm angry. I don't know why. I'd be so angry that I would drink because it would make me feel different, because I was trying to feel different. But then it only kind of escalates and then you self-implode. It was mostly the coming off it that was the real difficult parts, where I would self-implode and just kind of block everyone out. A lot of self-harm. Coming down off that, you kind of sit in this moment where you're reflecting on all these horrible things that I've done in the past, and all these people that I've hurt, and you just feel really down and horrible about yourself. So I've never actually had anyone to come in and go, hey man, this is a problem, your drug use is a problem. There's particular people in my life that kind of stand out, like my old karate instructor. He would say things like, these are the paths that are laid ahead of you, kind of, just sit me down and just kind of get me some like life skills and life knowledge. And I guess in those times when you're like kind of reflecting on like what's going on here, man, this isn't working, I actively went out and just talked to people and then found counselors and psychotherapists, and I started to find that I was really enjoying discovering who I am. So finding out who is Marcus Powell, what are these behavior patterns that I refer to when things happen? What are my triggers? I could identify moments when I'm feeling down or feeling like imploding, and I started to find techniques on how to express this without having to hurt myself or hurt others. Creative expression is a powerful motivator, and also a really key tool for shifting self-worth. Finding love from my partner Denise, she's a solid woman that really supports every part that I do, everything that I do. Love from my family, being able to come back from overseas and open up to them. Disassociating myself from the crowds and the people that I used to associate myself with. And I think being in kind of having a positive kind of mental outlook on everything is more what I'm attracted to these days. So I don't do any drugs at the moment. I don't plan to ever again. I do drink occasionally. I grew up thinking that I wasn't good enough, not worth enough, or not worthy of love. if there's anything I can pass on is get to know your young people, get to know what's happening for them, their family, their friends. Just sit down and show some love.